Welcome back, everybody. No, it has been a while since I've been on here, but finally getting out fishing. I've been real busy here lately. I got my new, I call it my new Christmas present, but it's really, I bought it for Black Friday. Had a sale. Bonafide SS127, been wanting one forever, ever since they came out, which has been about a year or longer. And I've got a kayak trailer that I finally put together. I made a video on that a while back, but it was trash. Didn't end up posting it. We're out here at my local lake, and as I pulled up, I seen some ducks, and it looked like they were sitting. So I was like, oh no, it's frozen over. But the middle of the lake is actually clear. It's really windy out here, but the banks are iced up. So this could be fun to actually get out to the open water. See, it's all ice from what, right here to right there. But it's not very thick. We'll be able to paddle right on through all that. So let's get the kayak rigged up and let's try to catch some fish. Can we break the ice? Can we break the ice? No, it don't seem like we can. If I can get turned the other way, there's less ice over there. If I can go, okay, backwards maybe. This looks like thinner ice over here. At least there's less of it. Yeah, it's thinner. Hey, we broke through the ice. We had to do it backwards. I bet that was great on the brand new hull of this kayak. But we made it. We're in open water, baby. Now we got the whole lake to ourselves. It's also really windy. The forecast said it was windy, but it wasn't that windy in town. But you know, it's always windier when you get on the water than what you think it's gonna be. So I haven't installed my anchor or anything on here yet. So I'm literally just bare bones. I got a paddle, my boat, fishing rods, and tackle. And that's it. So this could be a kind of an exhausting day, but it's going to be a good test on the stability and tracking and paddling power of this kayak. So that's not terrible. Incoming a big flock of geese. Wow, there's a lot of geese back there. So far I'm paddling to the opposite end of the lake so that I can just quit paddling. And then I'll just kind of get in the middle of this cut where the wind's coming from. It's blowing into, or it's blowing out of the cut. So I'll just fish and the wind will just blow me across the lake. I think that's probably gonna be the easiest thing instead of trying to fight position and everything. What I've figured out so far is that everything that has got wind blowing on it, the ice is broken up. But every cove so far that's not getting very much wind is iced over, and anything that's below I'd say probably 8 or 9 feet is frozen. So anything shallower than about 9-10 feet is completely frozen, except for anything that's got moving water. Obviously moving water doesn't freeze very quickly. It takes a lot of cold to freeze moving water, but and I haven't gotten that cold yet. All right, so I am freaking in love with this kayak. It's so easy to stand, so easy to sit, and it's so freaking stable. Oh my goodness. Everybody said the kayak I had before was pretty stable for the price. Oh man, you go up in price just a tiny little bit. Woohoo! This is amazing. It's like standing on a legit fiberglass bass boat. I could never stand up and fish a jerkbait in my other boat, but this one is so easy, and so far it's paddling really great too. The only thing that makes fishing a jerkbait hard in a kayak is wearing your PFD. I recommend everybody that paddles on a kayak, fishes on a kayak, anything, please wear a PFD, because you never know what can happen, and it's so easy to tip over and fall in. But what I was saying was, it's so hard to fish a jerkbait because you're trying to jerk, but the rod butt, it gets stuck in your PFD. It makes it kind of difficult. And when you're fishing a jerkbait, you kind of want a shorter rod, so that when you're popping it like you're supposed to, your rod's not knocking the water. But I don't have that shorter rod. My shortest rod's 7 foot, but I'm actually using a 7'4", which is pretty long for a jerkbait. You want like a 6'6" or something like that, something below 7 foot. I just haven't spent the money on a 6'6" rod, because really that's about the only thing you're gonna fish a 6'6" rod for. I mean, you could fish it on some jerkbaits, or I mean, you could fish it with like crankbaits, stuff like that, or you could even worm with it, but you're not gonna get the casting distance that you'd like. And for like jigs and stuff like that, you want that more of that rod for more power. But it's ideal for jerkbaits. So I haven't spent the money on like a dedicated jerkbait rod, because I don't fish jerkbaits that much, just really when the water gets cold, because it's really effective technique when the water gets cold. I was really excited about getting these 13 fishing reels. I get these. This is the Origin A, I believe is what it is. It's the cheapest 13 fishing reel. And a lot of people talked good about them and everything, but don't buy them. Don't spend the money. It's a $80 reel, and I haven't fished it that much. I've only owned these. I've got 2 of them, and this is the one I fished the most. The other one I haven't fished a whole lot with, but this one, the anti-reverse is already slipping. So far, I've had 3 different times where I go to jerk my jerkbait and the anti-reverse gives out, and that's not good. You hook into a fish, you're trying to fight that fish, and you're expecting the anti-reverse to be there, and it's not. There's no drag. It's not the drag slipping, it's the anti-reverse not working. I would not spend the money on getting an Origin A. Definitely wouldn't. I definitely advise against it. Whoop. Well, there goes my fingers. They're gone. Toes were gone about 20 minutes ago. Never fished in the snow before. This is new. I don't think I've actually ever open water fished in December either. Today is December 2nd. And yeah, this is definitely a first for me. I know it is possible to catch fish because, I mean, obviously I've ice fished and you can catch fish in the ice. I've caught some bass through the ice. It just is a lot harder. A lot harder. You've got to find deep water and usually structure. Sometimes they're just holding out just on the bottom, just randomly out in the middle of some deep cut, but usually your best luck's gonna be on some cover. But with no electronics, I can't really find that. I know that I'm in deep water right now. Right here is like 23-ish feet, which is the deepest part of this reservoir, so that's going to be where they're going to school up, and the deepest, warmest water. Yeah, I'm cold. Wow, my fingers are crazy cold. I really I need to get me a pair of gloves with some fingers on them. casting, well, this would be easy to cast with fingered gloves, but the bait casters would be a little more difficult, but I just have to get used to it because you can't really cast them when your fingers are frozen off either. So trade off there. And I need to get some good waterproof warm boots. I decided to just go with my shoes instead of my work boots, because my work boots aren't warm either. They're steel toes. All my boots are steel toes for work, and yeah, that ain't any better than these, but these ain't helping either, not one bit. My toes are froze. So if anybody out there has any recommendations for a really good pair of waterproof warm boots, yeah, drop them down in the comments so I can snag me a pair, try them out. To finish out here, I'm gonna try a swim jig for just a little bit here in some deeper water, fishing it fairly slow, let me get down to the bottom. Just mainly wanted to get out here today to try out the new kayak. I knew I wasn't gonna have very much longer this year, and I knew the water should be fairly open today. Overall, love the kayak. Cannot wait for springtime to get around so I can really get out here and slay some bass in this thing. This is going to be a game changer for me this year, and hopefully I'll have a lot of weekends that I can get out here and fish, really slay some mondo bass. And just like that, we're all loaded back up. I want to thank you guys for tuning into the video, watching. Yeah, I've just got to end it early. I honestly didn't figure on catching any fish today. Just wanted to, like I said, get out on the kayak for the first time, maiden voyage of that thing. It's going to be a game changer this year, so stay tuned. Don't know when there'll be a next video. I'm not going to promise anything for the rest of the year. Ice fishing, who knows, might even be next spring when the ice is gone. So until next time, thank you.